Hey guys, it's James Upjohn here from MagicSubmitterTutorials.com. Today I want to talk to you about setting up HMA Pro VPN and the best settings to use for the software once you've installed it. For anybody who's unsure what HMA or Hide My Ass is, it's a proxy switching software that you can install onto your system and it'll automatically rotate your IP address for you. Now, the reason that it's important to rotate your IP address is because when we're going out to sites online and we're creating multiple accounts, some sites have multiple registrations disabled. Some people do think that Google can detect what IP address links are being built from. So on that basis, it makes sense for us to switch our IP addresses so that we don't run into any problems. So if you would like to install HMA Pro VPN on your machine, the best thing that you can do is head over to the Options tab, go to the Proxy tab within the Options window, and at the bottom here you'll see a link that says HMA VPN service. So I'm going to click on that link. It's going to take me across now to our website called hidemyass.com/VPN. And if you haven't already created an account, they've got some fantastic rates if you buy it over 6 months or if you buy it over a year. You can see here that we've got some savings. If you buy it 6 months worth, you save 27%. And if you buy it for a year, you can actually save 43%. I have already signed up for an account. So I'm just going to show you that once you've signed up for an account, log into their site. On the left-hand side, you'll see download software. And what we need to do is check the version that we're going to run. And I'm going to click download. And then once it's installed on our machine, all we need to do is just find it. We can load the software up on our computer. And then you'll see that HMA will load up. Once it's done that, we just need to make a couple of quick configuration settings. First of all, we're going to put our username into the dashboard and our password, and then we're going to click connect to VPN. What that's going to do is that's going to then log into HMA's system. They've got hundreds of different IP addresses dotted all over the world, and then you're just going to connect to one of those at random. Now, what we can do is set it to remember our username and password so we don't always forget it. And if we wanted to, we could also check to auto connect after launch. Now, what I do with my VPN is under the country selection, I want to make sure that the servers that I'm connecting to are super fast and that they're not going to slow Magic Submitter down in any way. So I want them quite close to me so that there's not going to be as much lag. So I'll just stick to the 10 closest. Obviously, they've got lots of different countries in here that you can choose from, so you can pick something quite close to you. And then the only other settings that I need to do in HMA is just click on the IP address settings here, and you can tell Hide My Ass how often you would like them to rotate your IP address. In here you can see it says randomly change IP address every. What I recommend is every time HMA changes IP address, it does drop your internet connection. If you're going to be using Magic Submitter on a machine that you're going to be working off on a daily basis, I recommend switching your IP address about once every hour, so you can put 60 minutes in here. Now, if you're going to put it onto a machine that you're not using all the time, let's say it's another machine in your office or you've got a spare machine at your house, you can tell HMA to switch your IP address a little bit more frequently than that. You could maybe say to switch it every 20 minutes or so. That's all of the settings that you're going to need in here. Once you've done that, you can just click apply. Once it's up and running on your machine, you're going to see a little icon in your system tray. And what you can do is you can right click on the icon. It's a yellow circle with an H in it. You'll see now a little pop-up's just come up on the bottom of my screen saying successfully connected to HMA Pro VPN, and it's given me a new IP address. And what I can do is I can right click on that little icon at any time, and I can disconnect from the VPN, or I can set it to change my IP address manually. That's all of the information that you're going to need to know. If you're going to run HMA, there's nothing you need to do inside Magic Submitter. You just load this onto your machine, you put the settings like that, There's no settings in Magic Submitter. Magic Submitter is going to be going out through your router. Therefore, it's going to pick up the same IP address as what HMA is assigned to it. It really is quite simple and straightforward to set up. Let's say, for example, you was going to run this on a virtual server. Sometimes with some virtual servers, you connect to them via an IP address. If you install HMA onto a virtual server that you need to connect to with an IP address, and the IP address changes, you will be disconnected from that every time it switches. So on that basis, with virtual servers, it's better to use proxies unless you've got a virtual server that lets you connect with a domain name. It is really quite straightforward and simple. I hope that's fully explained it to you. I look forward to speaking to you on the next video. Thank you.